Continuing on with our monthly horoscopes, I'm now looking at our Virgos. I'm going to pull from the Goddess Guidance Oracle deck first, and then I'm going to pull some closing messages from our Sacred Self-Care deck. Let's see what is going on for y'all Virgos in the month of June. If you have Virgo for your sun, moon, or rising, you might want to check this video out as well. It doesn't just have to be your sun. Virgo. Y'all are interesting. I would say you guys, I feel like y'all are more so far. Every other sign that I've been doing readings for this month, it seems to be more of a month of like rest, recharge, balance, and prepare for something. I feel like y'all are just kind of almost in there already. I'm having Pele, divine passion, so we could see some job changes, some career changes, some way where you want to involve your passions, your passion, some adventure, some risk, something more than just the basic day-to-day life in your career, or just the basic needs of like, oh, I need money in my career. No, you want your career and you want your passions to be reflected in your career in some way. So we can see some job changes, you can see some job opportunities coming up as well. So be on the lookout for that. We also have Nemitona, Sacred Space. We have Sedna, Infinite Supply, Isis on the other hand, Cordelia. And this is where a lot of spiritual growth is coming in. So past life, whatever it is that you're dealing with, so this conundrum you have with like wanting to be bold and passionate in the career. And I feel like for Virgo, that isn't always the words that we associate with Virgo, but you want that. And I think you're getting your inspiration maybe through nature, through the summertime right now. Because Virgo is so connected as an earth sign to nature, and seeing Cordelia, that is a card that I would associate with Virgo in this deck. So you are, there's like a sense of yourself, but a sense of like digging deeper. You're looking for something more. Infinite supply. We're thinking about the giving and receiving, the balance of giving and receiving here. So I think if you're concerned about changing your job financially, Sedna is just here to let you know that you are supplied. As long as you are giving out, as long as you are always giving out, the universe is always recognizing that and will always have something to send back to you. As long as you're staying true to that as well. Do you truly want to give these things out, or are you giving them out with bad intention? And when you are receiving like, oh, like I don't even really want this. I don't want this money from this job. I hate this job, whatever it may be. That has an impact on the way then you now use that money, anything you put that money towards or whatever. It has that negative kind of connotation, either mentally, spiritually, if we want to talk about manifesting and putting our intentions onto something, that's what's happening there. So I think that's why Sedna is coming up here. So you're being asked to definitely shift gears in the career and find a way you can either involve your passions and careers more onto it, a way you could do a side hustle with your passions, or just find a new career that actually reflects that and trust that you are going to be supplied with that. And then with Nemitona, Sacred Space, you need to spend some time near what's sacred to you, and I think nature is what's sacred to a Virgo. So I think going for a little hike, something like that, you need to spend time near a sacred space so you can feel realigned spiritually, and maybe so you can figure out what this decision is that you want to make. Because it is a big decision. Anytime we're changing careers, anytime we're moving, anything like that, these are big life-changing careers or life-changing moves. So maybe sometimes connecting with a higher spiritual entity can be helpful for you. So do that through, I think, connecting with nature, spending time in a hike, and just giving yourself a time to just sit and let the messages come to you, and you'll know what to do. Because through nature, you're an earth sign, you're connected to the nature. Let the nature speak to you, see what it is that the messages could be for you. But yeah, overall, just spending some time in nature will help you realign your chakras and help you realign spiritually, so maybe then you'll feel better going about whatever it is that you're doing in terms of your career choices. And then we have Isis, past life. So this is something you've dealt with before, either in early childhood, maybe your parents had to deal with this growing up, or whoever it was that raised you, like they had to choose between their career and their hobbies. Maybe this is something you had to do in a past life, and now it's like, okay, we're here again. What are you going to do? What are you going to choose to do, Virgo? Are you going to go back to where the money is, or are you going to follow your passions? And I think this just also, when I see Isis past life, it's also like maybe this is a cycle that will repeat itself. So even this time around, you don't think you made the right choice, or maybe this time around you do stick with the place that you are at instead of making the career changes. I do see this as something that can come back up. Because when we deal with Isis, these are usually patterns in our life that have to repeat itself until we figure out what it is to break the cycle, or until we do the thing that it is that needs to be done to break the cycle. So, if that's what needs to be done, then, and you choose to stay with this job that you're at that doesn't necessarily have your passions and hobbies, there might be another opportunity later on, or there might be a time where it just kind of happens and you don't really have a choice. So I think this month is kind of like, hey, you have the choice, you can make the moves, but just understand that if you don't, it's coming back for you, and it might come back in a different way that is not so, stable, or it might be like you getting fired or your job closing spontaneously. So focus on that, and definitely focus on making this decision this month on what it is that you want to do with your career and what path it is that you want to follow that's going to actually involve your hobbies, passions, and dreams. Maybe you don't even know what your passions are, but you just know you're not passionate about your job. That's why I think Nemitona is here. That's why I think Cordelia go outside here. It's like, you need to find some inspiration. You need to figure out what it is you're passionate about, and you need to figure it out soon, honey. You need to figure out how you want to pursue it career-wise. We have alone time. We have make a meal. And then we have dance from the sacred self-care. So these are kind of our closing messages. Sometimes they align with the messages we already have. Like alone time, I would say Cordelia, Nemitona kind of goes with that there. Spending some time alone. And I think it's also coming up because it's like, don't let other people make this decision for you. Maybe that's what it is too with Isis coming up, is like, maybe before you've let other people influence you, or maybe your family has always let other people influence what jobs and career paths they take. Now it's time for you to make the decision for yourself. Alone time here. And it's like interesting because even Pele is dancing. We could see Freya as like a goddess who's known with sensuality, sexuality, dancing, you know, being free with her body. I would say even in alone time, our character here looks like she's dancing. And then we literally, so dancing, I think getting creative and moving your body is definitely key this month too. And then make a meal. Make a meal is just all about bringing more control back into your life over what you put into your body, and who you choose to share that with, the people you choose to share your meals with as well. Food connects you to people in another way, and I think I talked about this with Cancer because they got sweet treat baking. But make a meal is obviously more on the savory side, is more on the dinner side of things, or breakfast, you know. We're thinking of our more savory side of things as opposed to that sweet treat. So, you know, you're maybe focused more on making dinner, making something a little more vegetables, those type of things. Like I said, making your own food, making your own meals gives you control of your diet, and that's something that you've wanted this month, or that's something that is going to come up this month that you're going to have to deal with. Or that it's just going to be a choice that you make later. Ooh, excuse me. A choice that you make later on in the month. Is that you're going to want to make more of your meals and maybe order out a lot more, buying things that are just like, oh, pop it in the freezer. Maybe this career change also is about that. It's about, you know, leaving more time for you to be able to do these things as well. You know, maybe you like cooking, but you don't always get the chance to because you're working late. You know, that could also be what it is, just maybe you change to a different career that just cut back hours, or a different job that cuts back hours. Maybe you get demoted a little bit just so you can have more time to do what it is that you want to do at home, and eventually pursue that as a side hustle. Because even with Pele, it always tells me that at some point in time there's going to be either a way to make money off of it, or a way to do it pursue it as a business, or find a job that has that asks you to do that. Obviously, kitchen jobs, meal jobs or cooking jobs are definitely in high demand. But like I keep saying, I think, you know, you want to find a way to have your job either leave room for those things, or a way for you to incorporate those projects into that job. And I think, you know, if you're not finding that at the job that you're currently at, or you're not able to even pursue those things in your free time at the job you're currently at, then it's definitely time to reconsider and time to think about what jobs choices that you have, what are some other options that you have, and how they can help you out a little bit there. So comment down below if this reading resonated with you, Virgo. Again, check this video out for your sun, moon, or rising. If you have Virgo in any of those, it doesn't just have to be your sun sign. And you can book personal card readings by clicking the link down below for my Etsy shop. I also have my Vedic birth chart reading there. Read the item descriptions for both of those, please. If you want to find out more information, you can check out my Instagram as well, where I post those up. I have more information in my highlights if you want to find out some stuff there. And I'll put my Instagram in the description too. I also go live on Instagram like every week. I may not go this week just because I'm busy recording these monthly horoscopes and I want to get them up by the weekend. So I try to go every weekend. I do lives. I try to do free readings, answer your questions about astrology, card readings, whatever. So check me out there. If you'd like, you can give me a follow, and feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel as well and like this video. Thanks so much.